Hello and welcome back to the France 24 newsroom. It's time now to take a look at all this Friday's newspapers here in France. And for that, I'm joined by our press reviewer, Nicholas Rushworth.
Good morning, Lorna.
Right, so first of all, the French press leading on the former French finance minister, Christine Lagarde. She's now head of the IMF, but a scandal that dates back to the 1990s appears to be potentially catching up with her.
Well, we've been looking at that in the news, and it's plastered all over the French press this morning. Here, the left-wing daily Libération has got the headline there, Lagarde, les pieds dans le tapis, meaning that Lagarde is embroiled, dogged by this scandal. Now, Bernard Tapie is a larger-than-life personality, a maverick businessman in the 80s with Adidas, and then he turned politician, and now he's a B-movie actor, if I can say that. He has been, Lagarde, her involvement with him possibly is that she was accused of exceeding her authority by cutting short a legal battle with Crédit Lyonnais, the bank, and she did that when she was finance minister. Now, her decision to send the case to arbitration led to Tapie getting compensation, and the key here is that it was with public money, and that caused an outrage. It was one of the biggest scandals so far in the Sarkozy administration, and now we have it coming back here again, front page headlines. Now, all the papers are saying this is pointing to the Élysée. The editorial writer in Libération, Nicolas Demorand, asked, is this a Tapie scandal, a Lagarde scandal, or a Sarkozy scandal? And he argues that, well, Lagarde never hid her disregard for Tapie. There you can see the Libé's coverage there in full. And she never hid her disregard for him. The main question, the paper argues, the Libération, is what role did the Élysée Palace play? And Tapie was a socialist minister at one point under François Mitterrand and a supporter of Sarkozy when Christine Lagarde made her decision on the case in 2008. Le Figaro, too, is looking at the story. It's got there the headline, La justice va enquêter sur le rôle de Lagarde. The right-wing paper says that, well, she inherited a hot potato with this when she came into office as finance minister. And, well, the editorial writer Yves Treillat in the editorial was saying she was not responsible for that hot potato, but she was the one who had to take the decision. Now, the story is being covered in the regional papers in full as well. Lots of the front pages are dealing with that. We noted the editorial writer Olivier Picard in the Dernières Nouvelles d'Alsace in the east of the country. And he argues that Christine Lagarde is, without doubt, not responsible for what happened, and there is the problem. She carried out the decision regarding a person she didn't have any connection with, he says, and however, Lagarde could be the person who's going to be paying the price.
Well, something that could run and run. Let's move on to Syria, also top news for the French papers, and Bashar al-Assad blowing hot and cold with that crackdown on protesters and also announcing moves towards multi-party democracy.
Well, Le Monde, I'm going to turn to them. They have a great cartoon there. Plan 2 is showing the gun of a Syrian tank pointing at UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon's face. He's screaming through a megaphone there saying, stop, if not, we'll do nothing. And sitting on the UN podium there is a Chinese representative, we can guess, chiming in, you are being too aggressive again, and he's talking there to Ban Ki-moon, of course. Le Parisien is also looking at the Syria story. It says that Assad's move to decree moves towards a multi-party democracy appears to be the Syrian president's response to the UN Security Council resolution, but it says it's an illusion, even cynical, given the horrendous crackdown that's underway. And just to end on this look at the press in France this morning, just a photo of President Dmitry Medvedev. He's making the headlines with Medvedev girls. There you can see a photo of three stripteasers who are in Moscow in the chill, part of the racy campaigning in Moscow ahead of next year's elections.
OK, thanks very much indeed, Nicholas, for that look at all today's French newspapers. That's all from us in the newsroom for now. Thanks for watching. Do stay tuned.